Okay, so today we're talking about happiness. Everyone says, and we hear this all the time, go do what makes you happy. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, let's say after high school. Oh, just go do what makes you happy. Go do what you feel like. Follow your passion. Blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm gonna debunk all that and tell you from a male's perspective on why that's wrong. I'm not gonna say happiness is not real, because it is real. But the whole angle that they look at it from is incorrect, at least from a male perspective. I think, and I genuinely believe, that happiness, and whether what makes you happy or not, as you think about things, should have absolutely no bearing and no weight in you making your decisions on what you want to do. As a matter of fact, the word want in itself is sort of like happy, right? Because you're happy when you do what you want. And that can be good and that can also be bad. You know, you're happy when you smoke weed, you're happy when you do shrooms and drugs and you go party all the time, but is that good for you? Don't think so. It's definitely not good for me. So what is the correct angle? If happiness should have no bearing on what I decide to do, then what should I think about instead? Well, first of all, I think for guys, doing what makes you happy is a very common trap that is pushed to you, especially nowadays. And what makes you happy is actually hidden, and I'll explain. When you are a guy and you're sitting there, right? I'll tell you my story. When I was sitting there doing what I wanted to do, because all I wanted to do at the time was just to finally be able to play video games without being competitive, I actually had the opposite effect. It sounds pretty happy, right? You're there, you get to play video games. I was living with my parents, so I didn't have to pay anything. Just getting free food, all that. Sounds pretty good. Sounds like a happy environment. But as I did that every day, I actually became depressed. And it was the saddest moment of my life ever. And it wasn't until I sorted my life out. If you haven't watched the video, I started that through weight loss. A bit of a long story, we'll cover in a separate video. It wasn't until I started gaining momentum and self-improvement and sorting my life out that I started becoming happy. But the actual doing things in itself is not happy. I'm not happy when I go to the gym. When I go to the gym and I'm pumping weights and I'm struggling on the last couple of reps, or I'm benching the max working weight I am and it's right above my chest and I'm just struggling to get that last rep, struggling to fully extend my arms and lock it out. I'm not happy in that specific moment. No, it's difficult and it's supposed to be. But what I am happy about is afterwards, not just straight after the workout, but afterwards in the sense that I am in shape. By doing that consistently every week, every couple days, I am in a very good physical shape. And every time I look in the mirror, it makes me happy because it reminds me that I was able to go through the pain, go through the struggle, and develop the discipline for me to build something that makes me happy. And that is where the secret lies. Happiness, you shouldn't be thought about first. You shouldn't be thinking about happiness first. You should be thinking about what actually improves my life. And oftentimes, what actually does improve your life makes you feel really uncomfortable. You know you should start exercising and get into shape. You know you should be smarter with your money. Start saving, start investing more instead of spending on eating out all the time or whatever you do. You know you should talk to more people to practice your social skills and network with more people for more opportunities. You know you should go to this boxing class. You know you should drive there at 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning and not sleep in and do your boxing class or go to church. But does waking up early, does doing the actual boxing class, does getting over the fear of talking to people, is saving your money all the time, is that happiness? No, you're not happy while you are doing those things. In the middle of the process, you are not happy. It's not easy because it's not happy. That's why most people don't do it. And that's why most people don't improve past a certain point. And like going to the gym, the happiness lies in the results you see over an extended period of time where your discipline overcomes your temptations and you're able to build and actually see the results. You're happy when you finally save and invested enough that your portfolio starts growing noticeable amounts by itself. You're happy when you can just meet new people and not having to get over an initial fear and able to just naturally flow from conversation to conversation. You're happy, like I said before, when you look in the mirror and you're in great shape. That is where the true happiness lies, for men, at least. That is where it lies. It lies in you struggling, you overcoming things, and building things over an extended period of time through sheer discipline and determination to see the results. And it's only when you start seeing the results that you really find true happiness. So when you are deciding what you should do, whether you should start going to this class, whether you should start the business you always wanted to start, whether you should talk to the girl that you always want to talk to, whether you should go to the gym you always talked about going to, every single one of those things has an initial fear, and it's not a happy thing. It's not a fun thing to get over that initial fear. But you know you gotta do it to get better. That's the trade-off. You gotta do it to get better, or accept the fact that you're not getting better and your life's not gonna improve. And you're never gonna be happy by extension. But not getting over the fear and sitting at home playing video games like I used to do sounds happy at the time, right? During the moment when you're facing the fear, sitting at home and not dealing with it and just escaping into a virtual world makes you happy, which it does. But that happiness is short-term, and it pales in comparison to the happiness that you will get when you do overcome the fears and make improvements on your own life through uncomfortable situations. That is where true happiness lies. Not in the fact that you do what you want to do, you do what makes you happy at the time, but happiness lies in the fact that you are doing what is uncomfortable and challenging to you, but you know that is good for you. And as you come out the other side and see the results, that is true happiness. So go forth. Do not think short term. Do not escape your problems. Embrace challenges. Embrace uncomfortable situations and opportunities. Because as they come to you, it's actually your chance to unlock the full potential of happiness. See you guys on the next one.